Everybody say, ah. Say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough, enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. See, I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You are. You're my everything. Will you nothing you know? Will you nothing you know? Will you nothing you know? Oh, will you nothing you know? Yeah, so will you? Will you nothing you know? Will you nothing you know? Yeah. Will you nothing you know? Oh, will you nothing you know? Say, I call you Jireh, say. I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are my everything. Yeah. Are you ready, everybody? All right, listen. Will you make one cover? 1, 2, 3. I can breathe without you, say. I can breathe without you. I can move without you, Lord. I can move without you. Hey, who am I without you? Who am I without you? Say, I can live without you, yeah. I can live without you. I can breathe without you, Lord. I can breathe without you. I can move without you, yeah. I can move without you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Hey, we are nothing enough. We are nothing enough. Oh, we are nothing enough. So, oh, yeah. We are nothing enough. Oh, yeah. We are nothing enough. So, oh, yeah. We are nothing enough. Oh.
Yo, mama obi biara akwaba eba enenso yedwumedi a every Friday bia yediba etomunim. Enenso twede ampon kokroko oba tampa adomra nyankopon wakyeye adom wakyeye nkwa wakyeye ahoden na yedi gya dwumedi ede be mesre weni die mu bomoden na frɛ onua bi frɛ adamfo bi frɛ onua ho kafo bi sɛ emre na so yeba be kamra awemra adamre mu akyerɛkyerɛ mmara ne BWF Solicitors for a de bia ɔmo to ɔmo ho to hɔ anaa ɛda hɔ sɛ ɔmo mfa saa akyerɛkyerɛ yi mba ma kwan. Meda obi biara se onya baaso a na wahyɛ onya baaso a na wafrɛ obi onya baaso a na wa like na afei wa follow yɛn. Ɛnɛ nso da foforɔ ɛnra Ghana yɛdi yɛ Independence Day. na celebration dodoɔ na ɛkɔ so wɔ different region of the country. Na yɛhu pɛmpɛnso a Twende Ampɔn ne Ghana man no aba abɛdu. Saa nso this weekend yɛgu so a celebrate dodoɔ na yɛgu so celebrate sɛ ɛbɛ obi birthday bi a yɛ a na ɛnyɛ da koro na wɔtwe ne nyinaa nti still we are celebrating Ghana Independence Day. Wherever you are, I wish you a very happy Independence Day. And I believe from now on till the time 11 o'clock that we come to the end of the program, you stick and stay with us until you get your own. Into no bomodia na kaya ho. And then so yabaso Mr. Monidiemo mutemenka na ye manyeti na kase bibinti ena muhu menim na enche bia mubehu menim. Yo yabeko so and emre no ko intimebo ni tew na yɛde nneɛma atoto akwan mu ɛnɛ yɛ maame yɛ nuaba yɛ lawyer ba prɛko pɛ lawyer Eunice ɔno na yɛne ne ba bɛkyerɛkyerɛ adesua yi anaa yɛba bɛyɛ adesua yi a yɛato ne din sɛ mɛtumi akɔfa me ho kafoɔ ɛfiri amaname abra meyɛ yɛka ne sɛ British citizen a mewɔ armed force mu anaa na kyerɛ sɛ wode wo ho adjoin ne kurom ha Britain wode wo ho aka yɛka ne sɛn armed forces ne mu a anaasɛ yɛka brɔfo twi kasa na mepɛ sɛ mekyerɛkyerɛ mu wo a wojoin ne obi a woyɛ sogyani ɛno na yɛnim yɛka armed force a wobɛka sɛ woyɛ sogyani mpo sɛ woyɛ police ne anaasɛ wowɔ force saa any of the forces ne mu a wobɛtumi akɔfa wo ho kafo de aba anaa ɛno na ɛnɛ yɛba abɛkyerɛkyerɛ na megye di sɛ woba abɛka me ho deɛ yɛbɛkɔ so na yɛdi kan mɛfrɛ yɛ maame lawyer Eunice na ɔmfa nkyia kɛseɛ ɛmɛtiefoɔ na ahwɛfoɔ na afei deɛ owie ya sɛ update bi agu kwan mu a na ɔntotototo nkakra ɛma yɛn na afei deɛ yɛde yɛn topic na ankasa adesua no na yɛde ato dwa na dodoɔ na aba so no tile nyame nhyira wo deɛ sɛ BWF ɛnni hɔ a woso wonni hɔ na wodɔ a wokyerɛ ma BWF deɛ ɛyɛ anaa ɛsombo nti nyame nhyira wo tiledoma nyame nhyira wo papaapa you're always ready to start sharing the program nti nyame nka ho yɛnnua bɛma wo mpini Adams nana etuahene baabi biara a wɔ yɛde nkyia kɛseɛ ɛfiri studio ha ɛde brɛ wo ɛkua ɛnima wo nso saa benam Obinewa Asantewa papa bi nyame nka wo ho pineapple pinzo wo nso nyame nka wo ho Abigail Semensa Michael Ban Rate Mami Tando Gifty Esiedu Kranche Bob Asare Mr. Bob Asare mete wo nka che Fred Amwa Kojo Frempong dodo na Mr. Moba so amon share na enko yenim as time goes on I'll keep mentioning your name and acknowledging you. Shout out to you all. Keep sharing and stick with us. Yo, Eunice me mawa kwaba ebedwumedie so very good morning and happy Independence Day as well.
Michelle Manyeti. Happy Independence Day to Yenuanuma Omufri Ghana. I know say Ghana do Omo Independence Day and Dura and we are 68 years old. What an amazing milestone to reach. But bonfire say yɛbɛkɔ so a abɔ my modern na at least say nyame ehyira yɛn no na yɛtumi etu mpɔn the more. Nti happy Independence Day to yɛn nuanom ne nkurɔfoɔ a wɔwɔ ɛwɔ Ghana ɛne nkurɔfoɔ a wɔwɔ amanone nyinaa a wɔyɛ Ghanafoɔ. Happy Independence Day. Maame nkɔ so nhyia nkurɔfoɔ a wɔrehwɛ yɛn a wɔajoin dwumadie nyame nhyira mo nyinaa sɛ ɛdeda mu moabɛjoin yɛn nsa na yɛtumi ayɛ wei na ayɛ kama. In terms of updates, senya every week via no. Yeah, Diamond say at least when it comes to young Iowa BWF Solicitors, at least you say updates readily, and I opinion so
to your Facebook and your social media handles as quickly as possible. Into so mobile or more deadline for confirm any e-visa no to the 1st of June 2025. Into almost extended deadline note na first no almost say ending of March, but still almost extended deadline note to the 1st of June 2025. Senior obi biara untumi enye e-visa no able to me aye e-visa no as soon as possible. E-visa no say or online immigration status no into ABA or 2.5 another 3 years, another 5 na we create UKVI account. Wait me I log into your UKVI account. Na we photo no well as say when you will 2.5 and now 5 years and now 3 years into asetena bi a wowɔ ɛwɔ kurom ha no ɛbɛkyerɛ ɛwɔ wo e-visa no so nti visa no na aban no aka sɛ obi biara a ɔyɛ non-British a ɔte UK kurom ha no sɛ ɔmotumi ɛyɛ saa e-visa no na ɔmotumi enya ɛho baeɛ a at least sɛ adwumafoɔ no ɛpɛ share code a wobɛtumi de ama ɔmo sɛ yɛ estate agents foɔ no na ɔmo hia share code a wobɛtumi de ama ɔmo sɛ wotu kwan na woba back a wobɛtumi de wo share code ama ɔmo na ɔmo ahwɛ w'asetena a wowɔ ɛwɔ kurom ha nti ɛho hia sɛ wobɛkora biometric card aka wo ho. They want to make sure obi biara ɛwɔ saa e-visa sɛnea ɔmo bɛtumi logging in online na ama nneɛma ayɛ easy ama ɔmo. Secondly, I know say your counterparts are more EU settlement scheme na say into ABA mukra 5 years pre-settled status and as indefinite and settled status under the EU settlement scheme. At least with Sancrophone, they have the online e-visa and as online immigration status needed that. Into with Omono, they don't necessarily have to create another account. I know say bimu wɔ hɔ a, especially in Nkrɔfo what derivative rights na se no, they will have to create one because paper application. And so with them, definitely they have to create visa account senya almost way to view almost status no online because a lot of them did paper applications almost online application. It's definitely with Omono, they definitely have to do the e-visa and I say somewhere yet UK via account way to edit or immigration status no online. In terms of the EU settlement scheme as well, I know say incorporate is it possible to still bring family members to join? Yes, it is possible to still bring family members, but it's only family members are almost direct line into oyere wuknu wumba anase o mame anase o papa anase anankanso so kahumbi it's almost direct line no to you no almost to me ABBA based on EU settlement scheme. So we to me and say now your family members before year from which was the 31st of December 2020. And so as long as you are able to show say now we boost for before that 31st of December 2020 no to me about EU settlement scheme na say nkrɔfo omunya asetena anase indefinite no based on the old regulations which is the former EU regulations of 2018 bebree ekita permanent resident na omunim say some ba EU settlement scheme na say in this unim obi a okita sa permanent residence no e won book num na onim say oyɛ saa EU settlement scheme pacho but mo amane say saa regulations no omo etu egu omo the new embra aba Into the old kita sa old permanent residence card ne dia just unye obi a okita nkrata e wo krom ha nti as much as possible no so utumi ya sa EU settlement scheme settled status no senya so obetumi aka say oh metumi ahwehwe adwuma na say metumi etu kwan a metumi a share code because code ni hia pa nti as much as possible no na wa advice on na metumi that EU settlement scheme no so and also for them for those also under the EU settlement scheme no I know that when it comes to those who are able to add family members no especially in Kolano as much as possible no it's so because sometimes it's almost like later but it's to me ama nkwala no nso na omatumi hu say okay nkwala no nso eka ho a omo nso ebenya settled status and I say omo betumi nya omo indefinite leave to remain in the UK. And I know that also in regard to those who have completed the 5 years are almost application for settled. Immigration says automatic that they will be granted settled into almost the application there. But much of a break. So almost system say you are due for settled status, especially if your application with the NI number shemu. We'll start a let's say let's account on normal system no ebi I bet say why you for 3 years until interest what's not from her for the 5-year period that you are taking. But why didn't the end of this year? Oh, Fred, a lawyer for be someone say, actual main settlements na say main train and more mommy automatic settlements. Unfortunately, they may not be able to give you that automatic settlements if they cannot see on their system. Let's say, what's not come have 5 years. Usually, they will give you an extension of 2 years. And see, me pa mo be sɛ wodwen sɛ wo settled status time na so na wopɛ sɛ woyɛ application no because ebia wade no bɛwu this year anaasɛ next year de a patwɔ yɛ because nyɛ obia na ɛbɛkyerɛ wɔ ɔmo system no so sɛ wo 5 years na so they will usually give you extension for the 2 years, but any 2 years now pay settled status and I say indefinite no in the time now so there and the part your application no now gather all the documents for the 5 years continuous residence. Send ya ube to me actually say what's not happening for that 5-year period into mouse settled status and I say indefinite leave to remain. Into wake a crana mayɛte mɛgya ama tiefo ne ahwɛfo a wɔhwɛ wɔ Facebook ne YouTube so nyinaa.
Okay. Yo, la Eunice da beda ase wo ho. Saa yi bi sai de ha adwen ho. Na ye ka ne say me bisa just one question be pay on that particular yi visa na de. Say obi so obi to me embia na onye sure say why yi visa na so onye. But if that person is able to generate a share code to the landlord or to any to go and find a job, now the possibility say why yi visa no, right? Accurate, me boy.
Yeah.
Because there is no
I
way
mean, usually, if you've been able to generate
a share code.
now, make I say, if you've been able to generate the share code, then it's likely that you've been able to access your e-visa.
You are able
Because
to access your
usually,
e-visa.
someone will passport and that's a biometric card details. Yes, a shame. Into say if you've been able to use either your biometric card to
Or your
log
passport.
in there, then it means you've been able to access your e-visa and say yes. It's
Okay.
it's more likely that yes, you do have an e-visa if you can share code. Yeah.
Okay. That's good then. Ntim dodo na ebisa am sa question no. Eno a se wonye sure the fact say you can generate your share code no why ye visa na nti no so still wadwen on tata bo modiana so a wo ho ne wo card no na afa ko ho lawyers no say they still nti ase no enhyada ba papa because you want to be 100% sure na yaya ma sisi aye smooth power airport because I've heard about few people testify to me say with the visa traveling no ama things are very easy and also kita code no do no abo code na so the ama immigration officer no simple na omo boy na osene nti no I think say with that that's the way forward actually ye better see lawyer Eunice ye better see do not na maba so me share program no na nkwechi my na nkwechi internet no na aye low nti no I said to me upload the images properly and I face but at least you can hear our voices into mumbo modiana mon share na program in successful MIA and lo ini se besa aba osubium na wapenso kakra gu mre mu de na yenhwe se sisi no me topic me bo mitrima hwe trending na ekono se ne ankrofo bisa ho application na naturalization na me wo force mo me armed force mo obi kra se me wo immigration obi nso se yo wo hemfo ye adwuma wo airport tese obia eka ne de especially being in the armed force na na when it comes to legal education na dodo na nhyeda enye so abreast with na say omo wo vintage point and vintage places they have numerous advantages being there but omunim how to assess these advantages or more and I say how to utilize them no mo sheda enu enti me question na me de buy and say how can and I say can I apply for my spouse to join me in the UK as a naturalized British citizen in the armed force and na just say me oba na mo armed force ni mo say me obema na mo armed force na me wo British citizen kwan wo mu kwan de metumi e de me ho kafo aba be ka me ho ana emi kra na armed force na me mu ye kukuru mi akoto ye kan say Afghanistan baby nanso ewo ma na ya befie kakra ewo ma na ye ko ewo ma na ya befie kakra ne nyina mu no metumi akọfa me ho kafo e de abeka me ho wo krom ha ana ene no ni madadwen a me de ba behye o nti lo Eunice se waye krado a obetumi acheche yemu na yetumi ahyase wo ho no pachokoso
Patrol, me that's me that's it. I think say this topic is usually for Kofa. Yeah, can say yeah, what about snap from her? All the care visa and be nearby, and I said yeah, with the students visa and be nearby. But you are now thinking about going through the army routes because yeah, that is the most likely way. I will to me. Edenya and Krata will come her. So you are thinking, hey, maybe I'm joining army now. Ebe easy mommy because see I am more into maybe army no na ebe should I say the safest bets in terms of sitting at me ever crew her. So for prefer me but today we are talking about conform we are British. But if this is something that you are looking to, yes, you can still join or switch to the army routes if the most likely routes are Wenya in terms of Nkatasem. The reason being, so Udwani army as a regular army officer. Omuma will be IFN exemption to the immigration rules. Don't just say there are no restrictions at all to leave now or what because all seven army no and you are obligated to have the moral values that are more and to literally say that you are sacrificing your life for the government. And so be I mean dear, you are sacrificing everything for the British government. And so they hold such persons in high esteem and they know say so I'm minimal dear you will definitely have family members, whether wife or husband, and I say in Kolakrampa, they would hold them to high regard because I don't know, sir, I know you are a regular army officer who can be called to duty at any point in time. And currently, the air course or Ukraine no one share that need to be deployed into in terms of army no dear. Once you are deployed and you are a regular member of the army, you are exempt from immigration control. Yeah, one crofon so a reserve into Abia. Ye here na ya fro, but we reserve nti ɔmo no saa no because ɔmo wɔ reserve ne nti they don't come under the exemption to immigration rules because the ɔmo aka sɛ sɛ ɔmo hia ɔmo de a na ɔmo afrɛ ɔmo. So today we are talking about nkorɔfo na ɔmo yɛ regular army officers a ɔmo nsa etumi aka ɔmo British citizenship. But sɛ wowɔ ha nso na wopɛ sɛ wo switch to the army route nso so a of course that is also available. I know say within the army, no, they have their own training processes and they have their own nyama omo yet to get you into the army. And see, once you become a member, a regular member of the His Majesty's Armed Forces, there, you know, say they will grant you exemption to the immigration rules because of the fact, say, you can be deployed at any time to sacrifice even your life for for the nation. Into it's important, say at least say to me, enya sa into and so
Okay.
when it comes to a topic, no, in regards to those who are British citizens serving within the army, no, it is important to know, say, of course, Ebimu have pledged their whole lives to serve within the army. And there are those who, for one reason or the other, may be discharged of injury because of issues to do with even family and all of that. So they may be discharged earlier than and they would have expected. And I said, "Oh, Makasa, so it's me. I can say, a period of maybe 3 years or 5 years. They can say, oh, um, I don't think say join it beyond because of maybe a mental effect that I have it on me, and I said because of A, B, and C psychological effects it's having on me. Indeed, some point in time, if I can also wait to me, I can say, oh, free and minimum. And so we have within our immigration rules, yeah, appendix HM Armed Forces. Emma Hokline for Uncle minimum and as Uncle every minimum to be able to let their family members join them here in the UK. Into the OP British citizenship na with me no for a period of time na ebia or say wawari the time onye ejuma no ohun obi wa manano wawari nipa kro no so ode san nipa no eba na nipa no ebe join no ewo krom ha. What are the requirements under ye embrano? Before I ever call your eligibility requirements, just to look briefly at what we call suitability requirements because so when we see suitability requirements now to me and your application no cry. And in terms of suitability requirements, they are looking to see that Impano Urbano have never been in breach of a Chrome High immigration rules. And you say Bimuba Chrome High almost to me a call back to your Chrome. So they're making sure that Nipakono has never been in breach of this country's immigration, and now Nipakono also breach immigration rules now. The refusal ground and 9 of immigration rules no also states the period for which they should let that time pass and send a my application to the UK. In the ABA as an overstayer and also call back then at least you want to make sure that 1 year has passed. So what they are buying cancer now usually is between 2 years and 5 years. Into whichever one it is, they would make sure that time has passed and send away to me I application say over Chrome have you. It is important that the person has not been in breach of any immigration rules. And when it comes to part 9 of the immigration rules, you will see that there's a whole list of other things that they also look at ABR Nipakono and reporting that, and now they are not they haven't been given exclusion order. And now Crampo say a moon try and draw so there's a whole list. So as much as possible, no, you want to make sure, say, this person has not been in breach of those rules whatsoever. It is very important for the suitability requirements to be met and eligibility requirements no crampo. And then when it comes to eligibility requirements, now, almost 3 main requirements almost. Number 1 is the relationship requirement. Number 2, financial requirements. Number 3, English language, and then you have a 4th one, which is the accommodation as well. So those are the main requirements are almost. So when it comes to relationship, which is number 1, you want to make sure, say, you are saying, so you are applying as the wife or the spouse of that British Army officer. In terms of to make sure and evidence say I'm part, oh yeah, the spouse or the wife or husband of this army officer. I mean, there are other requirements in terms of relationship. Of course, said nipa corona after now joining army na or you're exempt from immigration control, then you would have to show evidence that they are exempt. But obi or you're British, they're already exempt, so they don't need to be exempt. It's usually in Crawford or kita British passport, no, and now yeah, because said they need that vigilante or passport no to show that they are exempt from immigration control. And then usually if Nipakono are joining Amina with and settlements are, and also Sano, you can also show that the person that you are joining is settled in the UK on Kita British passport, but why is settled until you have those category of people that you can say you are applying under. And then in terms of the fact, say, you are in a relationship with that person, you also have to meet the requirements under appendix relationship with a partner. And so that will include showing evidence, say, your relationship it's also genuine and subsisting. And so to make sure, say, ampa, winning sanipa way, mawari, ebiama wo baba kon, and I say, more partners are, you should be able to show evidence. Say, ebia matna bone for some time, more ba and answer more ba together. Moonshare any marriage certificates, but at least they're able to me actually more relationship, no genuineness, no ABI banner more a woman time, and so on and so forth. So you have to be able to give evidence to show ampa my warrior no horse a meeting, and as much as possible no all the evidence no ever actually. And then when it comes to English language requirements, in Nayan says so unkita undergraduate degree and as a master's degree, which has been confirmed by ECTISA, then you would have to show say why English speaking and listening exam. And no, at least no, it's all to make sure say you've done it at a level which is a level A1. You should be able to say because you've done it and you've passed and no test pass notification no and now they almost say I'm power to me exam and as a test na to me almost say oh into percent what they and no and then also when it comes to the financial requirement, they are looking to see say we are person look and that's an year our minimum should they have a minimum requirement. At least it's not 29,000 to say only British, but they want at least 29,000. It's almost 23,000. 500 is almost 23,500 at least for annual income no is extra say you earn at least that amount. Instead, any amount in the then they can also say you are able to meet financial requirements, And then when it comes to accommodation, of course, most army officers live within barracks. Into the barracks, or one casa when a spacious one room, of course, obey to me, like I say, and the area no air joining no when the one room when the barracks now no. Into that as well, you have to show evidence. I would say army barracks honor. And so when it comes to general those who come from abroad, not there was tuberculosis test that for some year that tuberculosis test know themselves. And so usually you will know say country now will fit urban a country are prone to tuberculosis, then you have to do that test. And it's also under immigration rule, a list of countries that almost take it that test, and Ghana is one of them. Nti sɛ wofi Ghana deɛ a wobɛyɛ saa tuberculosis medical certificate sɛnea ɔmo bɛtumi ahwɛ sɛ saa tuberculosis yareɛ no ɛnni wo mu. And also to state in terms of the fact say woyɛ application ama nipa korɔ no aba no, there will also be situations where nipa korɔ no ɛwɔ kurom ha deda nti wo nipa korɔ no ɛwɔ hɔ moatena kurom ha akyɛ. You are thinking say okay, metumi aware saa nipa wei but mebɛyɛ application ɛma saa me nipa wei. Usually, most of the time, like I said, under your suitability requirements, they expect that the person would have not been in breach of any immigration laws and rules. Into sending back on any assets, then they cannot come under this appendix. And see, most of the time, say nipa kono ewo krom had the and they said nipa no to make say almost in area by as students with dependent skilled worker dependent, they should be able to show say they have valid leave to remain in the UK to come under this appendix HM Armed Forces. Internal not so to make sure say okay, saa me nipa no mene ne atena ekrom ha o asetena o krom ha mene amina me no aka ho a yes, of course you can add them on as your spouse. Not previously a more different visa routes eso. It's very important say nipa kono able to nyakye so omo ebo nkrata wo krom ha. And once you are saying say only to switch it there, they have to also meet the requirements, the same the relationship requirements, the English language requirements, the what you call it, financial requirements and accommodation requirements, and also so they have to be able to meet all of those in order for them to join you under this army route. And it's important to say in terms of as much as possible, say if for any reason we want colans, you can add them on as well. As long as they are not living an independent life under the age of 18. Almost so able to make the account. And the one thing that I like about applications where the fact say because they hold them in such high regard, Ninti, they make sure say they don't charge as much fees as they say applications are under the family roots no so it is a nipa kono say or your application no specifically as the partner or from anane anasa oba every Ghana abejoini no kunu ewo aminimu ewo krum hade, then they should be able to pay the fees, and then there's no immigration health surcharge whatsoever. Into omono they don't consider that they need to pay anything called health surcharge. As long as you've paid the application fee, done your biometrics, shown identification, say where you our complete application form no online, then you are good to go. And they give you 5 years straight. It's not like 2.5, 2.5. No, them no more family room. So almost the 5 years straight away. Senior time no swan over to me I indefinite leave application. And one good thing about no more army routes no so say almost kita British passports they are able to apply for settlement after 4 years. But of course, because the topic is mainly to do with the Kita British passports, of course, the amount of 5 years straight from Ghana, there, himself, 5 years no so per over to me, I will indefinite leave to remain application. Na at least also wait to me, also I with naturalization as and so ever chrome her. That's I think one of the perks of being espoused to an army officer. I mean, most of these things, most people under the different routes will have to pay for them, but and since are within the army routes, so that is, I mean, one of the best things about coming under the army route. In terms of concluding everything I've just said, so we are British ni now army no mu now person kofa we area na so kunu efi amanone eba, you first of all have to show that they meet the suitability requirements. So almost to meet how being what they are, then they have to make sure that they meet the eligibility requirements in this evidence to show say our no relationship no so subsisting genuine. So to make sure say at least so by joining wa over to me actually say income now we know is above 23,500, and then you have to accommodation so about obenya bibiara na the English test no so I saw now I now the account aba so or Ghanaians they are definitely have to request medical certificates na order ho na at least to me assure say requirements ni na have been met into yet na yɛatoa so with asɛmbisa
Okay.
nkurɔfoɔ ɛpɛ sɛ ɔmo bisa.
Yes. Oh, Eunice, nyame nhyira wo. Wakyerɛkyerɛ mu into details, which of course that is what we want. Yɛbɛte ase yie na questions kakra bi wɔ mu a na ɔhɔ no na mpɛ sɛ wobɛsiesie susu biom na sɛ obi adwene yɛ ne ntanta a watumi anya nteaseɛ no yie. Now, first of all, sɛ yɛhwɛ this process no nyinaa a, yɛnhyɛ aseɛ sei te sɛ me ɔbaa anaasɛ me ɔbarima no ɛna meyɛ British citizen a mewɔ armed force mu sɛ saa na ɛteɛ. Wotim me?
Patran.
Na mepɛ sɛ menkɔfa me ho kafoɔ ɛmfi Ghana anaa kuro foforɔ so ɛmbra. Now, first thing, sɛ biribi saa no a, ɔwɔ sɛ metumi show sɛ nipa ko a merekɔfa no sɛ me yere no, maware ne dada wɔ fie, nti no yɛbɛtumi ayɛ yɛn kurom customary marriage yi bi. Sɛ ayɛm biara me a meyɛ British citizen, ebia na menkɔɔ fie for some time, but nipa no mede kan ne hyehyɛ hɔ, me ne wɔ hɔnom ansa na yɛwɔ so many evidence sɛ na me ne wɔ hɔ ansa na metu kwan po de aba. Enti ɛno saa no, sɛ yɛtumi yɛ marriage na te sɛ yɛn kurom customary marriage na yɛbɛ accept as sɛ me ne wɔ hɔ anaa maware no. Yɛbɛtumi accept saa awareɛ no wɔ application no mu anaa? Oteminga.
Okay, so in terms of any relationship, patran. And see, in terms of any relationship, and that's how I know whether you are husband or wife, and I say, oh, share, okay, some from say, oh, yeah, our reform. There are certain requirements under appendix relationship with the partner. As much as possible, you can show the genuineness of my warrior, no. Into say, oh, I said, I wouldn't what did I done? Son, oh, ba UK cry. Of course, what are UK cry? What be your British passport? You know them say, since we are on crash, I won't forget and you aren't going to see her. Of course, you have to show evidence, say. Okoba, Okoba, because they want to see evidence. Say, I since we they be Okoba. And see, that is one thing apart from your marriage certificate. And
Okay.
then, of course, so of course, every day we be friend in panel. It is important to show, say, Nipano Edawakomaso. It's the
Okay.
evidence of call history.
Cool.
And see, of course, those things are important. And so to make sure that in your man also. And then you also can also add to it ABR photographs and literature, cards and send them home. Apart from calls and channel messages send them home. Anything whatsoever, including travel stamps, you should be able to show say or your rampa. Now no more you can show evidence say no more together and also so can also help to show the tendency of Mawari or Kasamawari. It's not that I of course over here no, and so you're just relying on the customary marriage, to just prove say I'm part of your. You have to include other evidences as well for them to
Okay.
say I'm part.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Niente a me bisa no bi sene breme. Oni oba no wo akwala, but time a ofi kru no so no na onware no. Ba oni na wo e na obe join ni army no, nyame adom wa didi mu ama. Oni ne kasa de wa didi mu ama sisi a no. Wonya citizenship e wo army ni mo. But ọbaaye no for some time no ni onkɔ fie, even though ɔne ɔbaa ne di nkɔmmɔ, ɔne akwalaa ne di nkɔmmɔ, akwalaa ne yɛ no ara ne ba, but ɔnkɔ fie nti obenya citizenship no na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔware maame. Nti no, this is a real question a ɔde aba sɛ afe na wakɔware no ɛyɛ wei, but ɔno no ɔnyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔkɔ fie sisi a, but rather no ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbaa no ne akwalaa no ɛmbɛjoin ne ho. So nti na obisa saa question say apart from, so the relationship is there, but he hasn't visited them. And after so benya ne citizenship no ansa na or no customary marriage no or no, but on any woba da kra na di beye I think now na kra be was 7-8 years or 9 years. Mo be fan say 10 years mo ani. So nti ono saa no ne wo cheche ni apply to anase ne de be different. Nti na mbisa question. However no answer nti no yenko yenim. Sa anase bibi kakra wa obeka afa eno ho.
Yeah.
Okay. Bibi or how
I was going to say in terms of Ononediano, because on to being confused for that long period of time, I think it would be better for him to go for just at least one visit, just to show pictures with them and also be because at how many years he's been here on call back.
Okay. Yo, any ko utie me. Yesi bomode a gi permission na ko hwe wo yire enim. Nye kasa keke ko na ko hwe. Menim ne ntia. Yeah, na learn is young to aso. Na just say sisi no say armed force no so mo threshold payment a yele tu omo minimum we into no say you were 29,000 or what me sure say am for will be a armed force be no beji more than 29,000 and now there's possibilities will be more less than that say wabe minim dear but I'm just asking by the way possible say you can say at least or g
I mean, when it comes,
mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I mean, there's different rankings within the army. So,
Yeah.
of you, the year man is 29,000. And see,
Ah,
depending on your ranking,
okay.
whether you're colonel or commander or whatever, then it
Mm,
shows the PR obeying. But
okay.
officer, they have about 29,000, but within the rules and the appendix,
Mm,
HM Armed Forces, no yet. Financial requirements, no, is 23,400 and BB is almost 500. So let's say 23,500. And
oh,
see,
okay.
and no, as long as you are able to say your annual income is about 23,500, then you
Mm.
should be okay.
Oh, okay. And your honor, the amanti. I thought say it should be 33,000. And now I can't say 29,000. But if it's 23,000, there, oh, and your way there, no hunson, onya brosa crampo. Yo, let us say all these documentation I'll be using
Yes.
so should be genuine document, and you have genuine relationship, and your income. I feel accommodation, hono. See, a best bosu say oti barracks can obetumi you can so obetumi use barracks accommodation no they show proof of accommodation and also current down baby for bio.
Debbie. Obetumi akyerɛ sɛ ɔwɔ army barrack home near them now or no ebi is a good sizable like double room a obetumi ɛde ne yere abɛka ne ho nti as long as he's able to show evidence of the residence no army barracks no it should be fine.
Okay, you better see. It's here for afe maybe a telephone lines no na say oh question be a o pese wo bisa akwenya wo ha obetumi e bisa eye 0208 123 1016 and I say 073 9920 8468 sanso na obetumi sending voice note e wo WhatsApp only voice note on this number 075 96620 Message is subium 075 96620 Udi question no na voice note no ede ba ho a meba ma lawyer Eunice eyiwa no obi the question ba ko ede ababa before I go on with the question na mbia na wo pese wo question obisa no enhye da emfa today's topic ho a mesrew en bohu bomo still call the numbers that I've mentioned no, na bisa questions now. I've opened the telephone lines now. You can ask any question provided it's to do with immigration, you can say family law, you can say litigations and mitigations, and I Nkrumah Ghanaian law, anything concerning the law based on what we are learning. Obe to me, ebisa emfa ho say ensheda emfa topic we ho. Nti no mo amaba so no so me de nhyira kese ema mo nyina Samuel nyame nhyira. Great job. Thanks for your help today, please. Yes, yeah, that Sisanso Auntie Helena say, I thank God for your lives, Lady Manye T and Manye. Hey, lawyer, you sorry for your your labor for the community will never be in vain. Yame ensure Auntie Helena yeda sibi brain. Mr. Moni demo obaso abomodiana share na enko enim emaye. If in case you are wondering why some of the images are not coming, it's because of the line internet when a drop low, so it's finding difficult to upload the live videos, and internet and voice and so don't panic. You can still go ahead and ask your question. You can still go ahead and then share the program. You can still go and like our page and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would be really, really appreciative. Internet young be a bisa question be a waha. My main country is me answer the question. No? And you know, or say, good morning, dear. Please, can an EU dependent be as at the airport about, okay, let me take that again. Or see, please, can an EU dependent be asked at the airport about his or a partner when he or she travels and coming back to UK? Is it possible? Be at the airport. Can an EU dependent be at the airport? Now, Eunice, so what is the question? I say,
I
question.
think he's.
I'm just
I'm
reading it the
assuming no.
way
I
it's written.
think that if I call in the way I'll try, no. That if I call your voice note. Okay, so I'm assuming say, bia nipa chrono or yeah akola, ena bia or bisa say. Obetumi abas an EU dependence on to me abana. I think that is what they are saying. I am not sure. That if it's to do with alcohol under the age of 21, yeah, usually the advice is that nipa EU citizenship no be form and answer on more ebeba. So that is that in terms of EU children. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I hope that the chrono. Yeah, and
so betumi ayɛ voice note de aba na yɛnhu ne yie, yɛnhu question ne yie, but I'm sure ɔwɔ so. Okay, so yɛnhwɛ o, obi nso bisa sɛ ɔyɛ skilled worker ɛwɔ ha sei, na sɛ onyini nkɛseɛ mu, but ɔpɛ sɛ nka ɔswitch into the armed force based on nea wasua sisi ano. On switching na ɛyɛ possible sɛ skilled worker wobɛtumi switch into the armed force anaa?
as long as all in Qatar, I said all leave to remain or leave to end work from her there. You can switch to the army route at any point in time. And see, it is possible. And obviously, army have more own criteria and procedure and what be army officer. And so you must be willing to go through the process before they can grant you your badge as an army officer. Be army officer, then of course you become exempt from immigration control as a regular army officer, not a reserve army officer.
Okay, I think so. Okay, yeah, it's possible, but or more age limits, and some of them say you should be in your youthful age, and more money age limits. Me
You have
never need
over
army
18.
application in March,
You
but I'm
definitely
just
have to be.
asking. What's say? What's it mean?
So they have to be over the age of 18.
Oh, okay, over the age of 18, but it shouldn't be like. Oh, okay. That's good then. Let's just say, ni early 30s, ni mukra no wo struct or stamina no for their training now. Obetumi still apply to go into the army. That's good. Into where will be some question, no, Mr. It's
Yes,
possible.
yes.
Why? Who skill worker now, Shena? You can read the future and it says skill worker sponsorship now. Was no and koye papa now ability to join the army now. Mr. Bomodia na ye omuye application. I think around the year no ubetumi aye application no. Omo stages by stages into no. Or first stage more selection process to pick now. If you might invite you for some training or your mental one, that's book mode and sana your physical training. Not the training, assessment. Let me put it the correct way. Assessment or more first assessment premiums and before you get to the final stage. So embrace yourself and then go. The follow-up question, will be EU question. No, see, like or EU dependent. Now I worry. Na opeso to kwan outside the UK. Na obisa say oba ye betumi ebisa no question about ne partner at the airport and many where dear me my lawyer Eunice you are no. Betumi ebisa o pa. Betumi ebisa o. Papa. I have an experience. Sisi akra no de obebisa first no. Obebese me kunu a me wa no ye yiyu ni na ache na say 2000s nemo ye to kwan ne ye ba na ono saa time ne mpo na on sheda enti krom ha ewo mu a na wabetena kakra na okọ na asema me ken o mu tu kwan na ne yere no na eba first, so I'm putting myself like me o tu kwan first na do odu airport na ye bisa ono momu no ye bisa ono ne ho asem o ne kunu na ye bisa ne ho nsem na owo he sesi a oye dan ni ade and fortunately for her that time no na ne kunu so etu kwan ono so tu kwan over the same day into or to make can say omo check your system no cry omo nyina etu kwan decided to arrive the same day into omo hwe and lo and behold enti na enye me nka mbo wo hu ba if you are married to a person na utu kwan na because say you dependent, the possibility say baby sao ne who question kakra yes to me and no so nkyere say 100% ebetumi nso aba ne say ye mbisa ho so hwe so you have to do your homework or know much about your husband's whereabouts in and out all the activities wukunu nti ebisa wukunu ho asem there you should be able to know that is what it is. Nti no me ma lawyer Eunice ana lawyer Eunice man kan yi na se bibi foforo bibi foforo ha o de be kan ho a
Wait, they always experience it. Marketing now. Oh, experience it too.
that's yes. I mean, when it comes to the you need there, the person who say no pre all because of scams our best system ne and genuine relationship na ebi na nhyɛ I mean home office ɔmo nim ne yakwa ya ba nyinaa o enti no wo ye involved no na say wo hyɛ wo pomu den na wo kyekyere waba so yie na wo know everything about your husband no say na ebe ya yebisa wo kunu ho asɛm a na ankoye say enye genuine relationship why enti me nua a wotie me saa na tie wo kunu bɔ mmɔden ɔnte wo nkyɛn akɔhwehwɛ no na bisa n'enum nsɛm ɔdɔfo a ahoma so kafra wa mama ogina so akyɛ mpacho wo kasa frame yɛnte wo nka
community Africa or any be a wotie to say bibia because of Bokama na lawyer so there metana sefa se mira bia no so we question we one of the challenging question enim ye kura mo ko so ho da ya mo de ba ya na me former so me ye contribution kakra bi na amamo
okay
fa no I mean me am apply me apply as a senior officer for but then the womb kakra say I at for and say so apply now yeah Commonwealth applicant dia and yet yes delays womb pa
okay
me the year as of 2021 till now we do medical you go to take time there is a more limit for Commonwealth 40 the time no so an limit no group on bit delay or more application or say status enko na wa be frustrated kakranti and the only abutra untimi yetiri and na bi ye enko for me try Africans no we normally entampe medical checkups and so check wo pa because omo dey friend of health when the and no see movie problem ba on edo so omo person omo say you are fit before and now be join yeah so no say me say maybe as of 2021 no American Manco hospital at to 2023 today back this guy go no mo say a young moment me program no yeah me so now age you know so concerning age you know you join as a regular soldier not yet and so what is 16 years old
okay
you consider kakra but in consideration papa 16 the month and now we join as officer officer no between 18 and 29 me say me bro 30 but then a special circumstance be and the more consider you know the age you know so you keep and health and exercise young exercise you know you know do exercise unya or just exercise so follow under health
okay
you know yeah we
okay. But I portray the because
yes.
ticket time.
Yes, yeah, that's
contribution.
yes, yeah, that's
Papa.
yo odi to so no na nipa kwa obisa you asem depend na me or the follow up questions about maybe but me ma efuto kakra nso wa ha se ne be a refrain embo me and say when it comes to services areas ye pese ye komu no we be say let me put it senior obi abeti ase ndwuma ye tashe uniforms or uniforms occupations no dodo na ya na mfe pese e join na dodo nso aye service to the nation enti no these areas no ya na mo je nkrofo just say stage by stage o fit like onye one day application na within 1 month na ya page na ya file there be ubefa process mu enti area bi so de bia so mo fa nkrofo and frankly I say people nkrofo nim say be are going to access these areas na difficulty omo try but please omo fa nkrofo de bia try o stand na o we na try ebi betom ebi ti say police officer ubetumi aya application no background check ye bibia na bibia de din a umbetumi afa nanso ne nyina ube go through assessment ebi ti say you can say fire engine for your from saying London Fire Brigade for any I mean fire brigade is so it doesn't matter whether it's London is UK is wherever nso mo fa nkrofo pa just say process no enye smooth but then if ubi bia unim how to assess the process na very simple to get so so make us me boy time all these uniform areas juma services ni nyina no de bia omofa nkrofo wo na o se wo ye wo homework yi omofa nso a omofa ne wasefo like omo pick wa the it comes with numerous benefits obenya so obefa yire account depend down when mu nyina easy say unya one of these employments e won crofo ensa enti na ye mfa ye ni nso enhwe okakra na ye papa ka say army no taking it 3 years to go yes because on per say omuhu na when it comes to commonwealth in your kan no na junk applications ne doors until most scrutinize it senior beya or menya the best out of the best so one the na na eche but a process ubenya abutre na wa go through gone are the days now ya within 6 months no na bibia de din no owie assessment ne nyina akodu medicals na but sisi ade o mama na akwachi kakra onya ntobase a ubetumi enya enti no me nso me de eno betu na yakoyenim de atoso sorry ubetumi asa afre biom ye wa ha akaye America kra obi efre but I don't know say me number no na ofre ana say me can say mon frɛ se ne be ya mehu the right one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Is that BWF voice note?
Yeah, but I said voice note and now you are calling.
Sorry.
You are calling, but you ask your question. I'm like, Eunice, but you're telling me.
Time it's it.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You might see that Dede Kafra.
It's
Michelle, good morning. Good morning, Manye.
Okay.
My question Kakra me want say me wo family roots and I me wo 10-year family roots in it so. And my due next month for renewal. But me wo British Columbia Bako passport I expired just last month. And Bako there it's okay. A person who say are you okay say let me use passport no without the I expire now say me use both for documents you can say me supporting documents.
The question no say me nyanti ase but me gidi say like
British passport.
Ɔse ne ma ne kita British passport, but baako expire, baako de expire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nti so yeah, application
you can use both
them as
passports.
supporting evidence now. Sorry, Lawyer Eunice, go ahead.
Yes, because in terms of yeah, I think when it comes to Nkolano, it's not necessarily the passport which shows or more as a British citizen. It is the fact that ABA omo register omo registration certificate and answer mo follow emu baako settled and answer British. And no NHS say omo British and your passport no. So even if the passport has expired, you can still show that as evidence that they are British into and say straight.
Okay. Papa,
Okay.
when you anti say no. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Bye bye. Eunice, yenya obisa question about the EU partner say bibisa no. Ne wom ni say say kasakasa kakra abom ntim to si ni kunu no ene yire no onte ne nka, sorry, o say onte ne nka. Nti me same kwa o say like because I'm not in contact with my EU partner. And please, since I'm a dependent of an EU citizen, will I need her when I'm going for my indefinite? Into two questions, and there are two. Now, Osro say, only in contact with ne yere no, ɛna obetu kwan nti ebisa ne yere ho nsɛm wɔ airport ane ne na dadwen MC yi ne mmoaye yama ne mmoaye na second one is say edu emre a okoye ne indefinite na obehia ne yere no ɛho nneɔma na nti we na media mekai say retention of rights bi ɛwɔ hɔ nti Lioness utumi kyerɛkyerɛ ne mu ɛwɔ hɔ a na wate ase mpatwɔ wadaroma.
I think so when it comes to any relationship, you have to put it at the back of your head, say a relationship say a genuine relationship, yeah. A Chrome have for they take those things very, very seriously. Into saying any man or say there's a possibility, say the high possibility, say don't miss out about you. It is almost in past be almost chrome handcrafts, whereas our no any genuine in the almost baby my friend of marriage of convenience. And that's a charm marriage. And you don't want to fall foul of immigration rules because drain say or part. And so when it comes to the fact say but yeah, we indefinite. I'll be here, my many year man. And no question I say because I don't know that a crow it's you would still need a documentation. Unless you are saying say because when them attitude more yeah divorce and not yet, then I can say you can apply for extension of rights. Instead, say no baby or say only baby or friend or grandpa on phone because since last year back and what friend is we're changing the number and yeah dear we who baby or instead no sano and it means say our own mean just a why divorce divorce no so I said to me say only mommy now are for at least 3 years.
Yes.
Only mommy no marry no 3 years. What now UK Chrome have for at least 1 year together. And then you should be able to show say since you know what does to Chroma it is very, very, very important say to me actually say one name no at it in see and yeah dear to me at what our no say banisa to me say why you do no now wait to me higher retention of rights application as soon as possible. Son of to then you do a porter and when they say catch on say my retention of rights application me and home by into enemy it is very risky to say to quiet, whereas only don't take that risk.
Okay. Yɛdaase Eunice yɛmmerɛ ne yɛayɛ bi yɛwɔ obi wɔ ahoma no so ɔdɔfo a wɔwɔ so mpatwɔ yɛ kasa wokasa frɛ
But if I'm in London,
oh yeah live program nti no wowɔ question bi a wopɛ sɛ obisa deɛ fine but wopɛ sɛ office na office na ma ne yɛ different na frɛ no na kɔ ho mo office anaasɛ wo book appointment na wakɔ ho no why Eunice mpatwɔ bɛtumi abobɔ ama na ama me kakra.
Okay. Pacho, I 0208 493 7340.
040.
Pacho, there are two screens, so it's 0208 493 7340.
Thanks so much,
Yes, that's it. Thank you. Yo. Say emre eko nti mefre ye kan say mebo ye maame lawyer Annie na onfa potokasemu of today's topic no on be cheche mo English version no na betimi nya ho no e de ama ye neighboring countries now na so mutie neighbors na mutie ye no omontie nkrom kasa. And so I welcome you lawyer Annie if you are around. Please, can you summarize the program for us in the English version?
Yes, good morning, Lady Maneti. Good morning to all our viewers. Happy Friday to you all. So the topic for today was, can I apply for my spouse to join me in the UK as a naturalized British citizen in the armed forces? So we specifically looked at cases where someone is serving in the British Army and they want to invite their spouse to the UK. So either that can be their husband or their wife to the UK, and the requirements can be found in Appendix Armed Forces. So we first of all looked at the suitability requirements, and as Lawyer Eunice said, before you even submit an application, you have to make sure that you meet the suitability requirements, because if you do not, in that case, your application would not even be considered. So it would just be rejected. So you have to make sure that your spouse is not or has not been in breach of any immigration rules, that they haven't been deported at any stage, and that their application would not fall for refusal under Part 9 of the immigration rules. So specifically, you'd have to make sure that your spouse, any previous applications that they have submitted, that they didn't use deception or false representation, which means that they didn't, for example, lie within any of their applications, or that they didn't use any false documents or fake forged documents. Because if this has been done in the past, the application will just be rejected or refused. So you have to make sure that the suitability requirements, everything is good on that part. Then in terms of the eligibility requirements, we have a few. So we have the relationship requirement number 1. So you'd have to make sure that your relationship, so the relationship between the person here in the UK who is British and is serving in the armed forces, that their relationship with their spouse can, first of all, is genuine and subsisting. So if they are married, you'd provide, the marriage certificate, but providing the marriage certificate by itself does not really show that the relationship is subsisting, because there have been instances where people submit a marriage certificate, but then the Home Office still believes that it's like a sham marriage. So you have to make sure that you can also prove that it's subsisting, which means that the relationship is still continuing. So in terms of the evidence, you provide your marriage certificate. If you have any children, if the person here in the UK who's British and is serving in the armed forces and their spouse, let's say in Ghana, have any children, then you can provide their birth certificates as well to show that the relationship is genuine. And even if they are not married, let's say they are in a durable relationship, they have been together for years, you can also provide evidence to show that. So, for example, if there are any pictures that you have together, you can submit that as part of the application. WhatsApp communications or WhatsApp records, any letters that they have been sending each other, or any flight tickets as well. For example, showing that they both visit each other, or the person here in the UK visits the person in Ghana, let's say. You can rely on all of that to show that the relationship is not only genuine, but that is also subsisting. Then the second requirement is the English language requirement. So the spouse outside of the UK, they would have to meet the English language requirements. So if they do not have an undergraduate degree, or they don't have a master's, they would have to sit the English language test in speaking and listening, and they would have to pass it at level A1. We then also have the financial requirement. So the person who's serving here in the UK in the army, they would have to earn at least £23,500, and that is annually. And then in terms of accommodation, the spouse outside of the UK, they can join the army personnel in the barracks that they live in. They would just have to show that there would not be any overcrowding. So if, for example, the person here in the UK lives in a double room, then that wouldn't be a problem. There wouldn't be any overcrowding. And depending on where the spouse lives, if they are so the Home Office, they have come up with a list of countries. If you're from one of these countries within that list, you would have to provide like a tuberculosis test certificate. So if, let's say, the spouse is from Ghana, in that case, they would have to the tuberculosis test would have to be undertaken, and then they would have to provide the certificate. And then lastly, just to conclude, as lawyer Eunice said, because the Home Office holds people in high regard who are serving the British government, basically spouses who want to join their husbands or wife in the UK who are serving in the army, they wouldn't have to pay for any IHS fees, which is great. And the spouse would be granted 5 years straight. So that means that when, let's say, the application is successful, they would be given 5 years leave, which means that they wouldn't be given two and a half. They wouldn't have to refresh their leave. They would just be given 5 years straight. And then after that, they can apply for indefinite leave to remain. So that's just a quick summary for today. I hope this helps. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Lawyer Annie for this explanation and education in English language. Thank you so much. Say your word of over man so we did not so money akwenya now bisa the question answer na ye did you mediana baby. Into the four mpacho you. Ye mpacha koso you.
Yeah, what the movie I know contact you maybe not yeah, my 3 years, there was my 3 years or a video put me tight. I want that our Russian business, Marcia, Yaya Krum Libya, our body couldn't know about October, now when you're 3 years.
Okay.
But at a point, marked by Kurama, never been away that she only be Manakana feedback for their mamma. 1.5 years. 4 years restoration, what never be. Whatever direction, I would take the who save UK about no, I will back. But I go for the Gram for Tosok now, Brana. Do you take it? And a banner for 70 well in Fiat or one. They are giddy. You know, 4 3 years, I mean, I'm busy with the Tisano. They are nothing to see. No one person baby, Yamana who have been man. And do 3 years, I October. To my application, you know, be a man. Or non in one beton because and cannot link domestic violence.
Uncle yet. Matthias,
now all 3 years is here, you know, I'm 70 or no years togetherness, no bit mama. application be say yes assumption or Gina be so.
Papa, mema on kasanche. On sisa ne ho nkohu lawyers, on beboa no. Why? On sisa ne ho nyoma nyina nkohu lawyers na on beboa no because so see on call domestic violence and domestic abuse na or protect your bema na obema no so on fa ne din embeto so obema I mean who dey kohu lawyer, that's the best advice I'm telling. And lawyer Eunice man can ye.
Pacho, what was so pepepe? And I think said this is also another issue in terms of EU relationships. So usually you say under your immigration rules there. So we go through domestic abuse now to me to me your home application. But under the EU settlement scheme, we don't really speak much about domestic abuse. And
Yes.
see, if for any reason Sandy panel is going through domestic abuse, oh, yeah, no, pacho report with GP at least. At least so one person will catch you report with GP. Some people even have high blood pressure. Now, Lady
Exactly.
Biabehume, she was literally going through this. Okweduma, the supervisor baby son is oh you okay? Oh maybe because we feel about me okay. And see, that supervisor who change in her attitude. Or call GP almost say when you high blood pressure. Almost say high blood pressure if we have also to make they record the high blood pressure. High blood pressure, you draw say on and so one day be and open up to deep, I catch a deep say ni say and air coso into me high blood pressure. And I just say, now I didn't know can I am wow, yamma telephone numbers for support. This I am almost the numbers because of when it comes from, but at least it was recorded in the application. It was just easy for us to present all these things and with the man. So it's good say at least move back home be rather than just saying
Exactly.
and yes, maybe oh more when you be now at least say one more person now.
Sa. Eunice made us na saa nneɛma wei mma bebree go through na almost enye hwee ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛha ɔbɛma no ebi asɛbi kora mpo na ɔbɛma no akɔware foforɔ sɛ omi mpɛ sɛ mɛka biribi na egu na aware hey me nneɛma no ma mutie me obi sɛ osi papa anyɛ hwee ankɔgye krɛdɛ sɛ manka ne yie nso a no. I mean, you can't be silent in such things. When I adie ni hia o, eno nkyerɛ sɛ wokɔfrɛ police for ne akɔkye no, there be. When I will go through emotional instability, all this share relationship bi wɔ hɔ koraa, wo ne no wɔ fie. Na ɔstarte yɛ saa wokɔ kurom a na ayɛ sɛ wadwuma wasom adwo sɛ wobɛfie the moment pɛ the mind enya change sɛ o mekɔforo baas akɔfie pɛ bo na woyɛ magye wo hwim obi wɔ hɔ a ɔkae mpo sɛ ɔbɛfie a na bibi yɛ no all because sɛ ne ɔba bɛto ofie ne kunu ana ne yere bɛyɛ no ɔnie ne gye baako ɔba sɛ obie dɔ na yɛsi ada na wo bie dɔ ne dendenden saa se o pepa ne na se ada na wo pepa wo na si fi wo yi nkɔbɔ anansa na se onante ba kitchen na cap na ode no nsuo na ada na wo horo ano se kyese bibia obeye wo fie ho bia the other partner will complain and nag and into no se ni pay obefie a enigi e friend enigi oni bi minua these are all abuse. So the better you start telling someone na kohu any official organization be ebe boa uko GP na okasa asema mi go through ni obetumi afre even asori kra na uti ho kire asori fo a they can attest to it utumi catch wadamfo bi a wadamfo no so betumi aka se ampa madamfo de bia eto de bi kra obe recording nkoma oni ni di se mre bi oni mi di nkomo hwe ni okika na meto ne fu say all these things will help you. And not just say the police for ni soldiers be call papa ni fie akwa akɔkye na mam ni fie akwa akɔkye no but obetumi gyina so na nso de nya setena ewo krom ha eno nso so nkyerɛ sɛ entro kona kwotwa ntro onye ohwe kra so oye obibi because whatever it is they will still go ahead investigate before ombehu no kre no na omaye ne oso omoye. So let us be mindful of whatever is going out there, near who the right mind and not the right set of you can say people are able to me a can't trauma na just a yen to ya namu ye when it comes to such things, near who where to report, where to go, not help and bra. Call for help. Let me just put in that short words. Call for help. Now help also so ebeba. Medamu nyina se lo Eunice, and then I'll be giant and sorry ako.
Yeah, that's a bebre my yam no co bebre, but yeah, that's say at least and there I shall for need see for money now, Mabeka and Sama Edumadi IFFF. Mr. Nats over your contribution in regards to your topic key, your main show, papa, Yashadana, your fat topic key, knowing very well, say. This week is Ghana Independence Week, and so we just thought we'll do something like this to also let Ghana for also see that these are things that are available to them as Commonwealth citizens as well. And see, of course, BWF Solicitors and immigration in some and I we deal with family issues such as no molestation orders, divorce, child arrangement orders. We also deal with civil litigation matters, and then if you have issues in terms of Ghana law, opinions of the courts in Ghana, and so into as much as possible, the more issues be a more per se, money didn't get a one, move to me a friend, telephone line also 0208 493 7340. Your offices not from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. So person oba your honum any everything it's a home your office address 4th floor of Anna House 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, London N154NP. And see for those who want to do remote appointments, offer your phone lines so you to me a book for remote appointments. Yeah, that money I say enjoy the Independence weekend and yeah, bumpire say that's and that you have signs to Asia view.
Yo, Eunice, yensu ye da sitiefo na ahwefo ha na mrebe ma ye ho kwan na ye de dwumedie na bewie ye nyina ye da masi nshira kese enkomu nyina Charles Emery ye da ase Auntie Elena ye da ase Atili ye da ase Samuel ye mu nyina mo ba so nyina nya menka mo ho next week same time same place ye betumi ye besa bebium. Until then no, have a lovely weekend na independence celebration ochna bebia ye party for independence Ghana Independence Celebration. Now, I'm inviting you. Now, I'm ready. Have a lovely weekend. We'll meet again. Bye-bye.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.